Greetings, theists and non-theists. I'm the Atheist Paladin, and I've actually had this video idea for quite a while, and that is that eugenics is categorically wrong. There is no situation, nor there ever has been a situation to which genocide is justified. I'm getting close. But of course there's two broad categorizations to which people justify this. So this of course is the secular reason, and of course the religious one. The secular reason is eugenics, negative eugenics in particular. And we of course all know about it because of negative eugenics approach to killing those to which they think they possessed a bad trait. Now of course there are a variety of ways to actually promote eugenics, but this is the most infamous, as you can say. Now the problem with eugenics is that, well, it was invented in an age before we actually knew about eugenics and how they actually affect populations. We now know that, for one, the variety in a population is actually a good thing. That if you get overly into one narrow set of alleles, that population is now more vulnerable. A race or population is more robust when it has more variety. It is more resistant against diseases, and it's more resilient to environmental changes. We all now know this. Another problem with eugenics, it's I guess you can say not realistic. It's overly an idealistic philosophy, that it comes from, well, this race is perfect, to which there is no race that is perfect. Every race has some sort of disease factor to which other races are not prone to. So if you are African, you have more prone to sickle cell anemia or possible liver diseases, but if you're white, you're actually more prone to things like Crohn's disease, maybe diabetes and heart disease and things like that. The point is that every race, or so-called race, has certain factors or rates when it comes to diseases. So if you're going to eliminate one group, you might as well eliminate all groups, because we all got something bad. And the problem with eugenics, or at least to this approach, is trying to fix a computer with a hammer. It's just not going to work. It's sort of like taking out a loan to which the interest rate is 10%, and then using that money and playing it on the money market for only a gain of 5%. You're not really going anywhere. Yeah, you'll gain something in the end, but the cost in order to get it at the beginning is a little prohibitive, and when you take in the whole cost, you're not really getting anywhere. And the thing is that with the debate in eugenics, that some say, well, many have said, well, obviously that this is too far, and they actually promoted other ideas, such as sterilization, a lesser evil, but evil nonetheless, as a means of promoting eugenics. So as you can see, this is not exactly packed solid idea. So I know I'm attacking something easy here. And the fact of the matter is that you're creating a great amount of suffering and pain just for a little amount of perceived good, something that may personally benefit you. That is awfully selfish. As we all see, that there are future medicines that we're going to have, to which is going to be a whole lot better solution. We're getting new medical technologies where we're on the precipice of now being able to switch out bad genes, and even to do so in such a way that it affects the germline, so that your children won't also have to go through the treatment either. So we can actually remove particular bad genes. Well, we'll be able to do it quite easily in the future, I believe. So as we can see, there's a better way than simply taking somebody's life because you think they possessed a trait to which is bad, a trait to which they could not control and having in the first place. And then there's the religious answer. And I'm not sure how Jews justify the genocide that happens in the Bible, but we all know the Christians and how they justify it. And basically it's an argument of boiling down to that those particular nations are a threat to the bloodline of Jesus. Even if we accept that Jesus was the only means of a redemptive act, I'm still having a hard time accepting that a all-knowing and all-powerful God couldn't find another answer than genocide. The fact of the matter is that religious position is actually against free will, because it actually assumes an outcome in order to justify it. So God would have to know absolutely that Jesus' bloodline would fail for whatever reason, because the existence of these other ethnic groups or nations. An all-powerful God can simply whisk them away. And of course, he didn't do that. There was no reason to an all-powerful God to execute such a thing. And the thing is that it never says that in the Bible. It never says, do this, or the Messiah will never come. No, it says do this because the Lord said so. And normally it was because of what the Bible at the time stated in those particular verses, because they were a wicked nation fighting against Israel or whatever, and God promised that land for them. And so what else do you do when you take over somebody's land? Well, you either drive them out or you kill them. In this case, they killed them. And one of the particular cases to which genocide occurs in the Bible is actually due to, because there were previous times in the roaming period, the 40 years out in the desert, they were attacked by this nation. So it's I just find it hard to sort of believe to, well, oh, it's for the future in Jesus, to which it's contradictory against such notions as free will. But instead it's due to basically revenge and claiming a land. And an all-powerful God couldn't do better than genocide? I have a hard time to believe. The problem with genocide in general is that it makes a broad categorical statement to which every individual cannot possibly conform. You're telling me that every individual possesses something that will make them a danger to society, a danger to somebody else, to which they cannot choose anything else, to which there is no other possible solution. I just find that hard to believe.